Hey everyone, this is another update of our journey with our twin boys. As I told you in the last video, it's spring and we're going to Keukenhof. And during this video we will give you 10 tips for when you visit Keukenhof yourself.
Good morning! Jessica, where are we going to?
What do you think?
We're going to Keukenhof.
What is Keukenhof, Myra?
It's like a very big garden with tulips and flowers. So it's like half an hour driving and I'm still sleepy. It's 7:30 right now. Jessica woke up at 6 o'clock. I did at 6:45. Jessica likes to do everything by herself.
No.
So I can rest.
You said I have to drive so I can wake up later.
So yeah, the kids are in the back. Owen has a new car seat and we're driving, going to the highway right now.
Matthew saw that Owen had a new car seat and apparently he also wanted one as well. So actually we had to install his car seat the following day.
Charging is not really working. Oh well, fortunately we have enough power to get home.
And nobody parked here.
VIP parking.
So let's start first with the preparations. When you have kids, you gotta prepare a lot of stuff. Certainly when you want to leave early in the morning.
Because we will be spending the whole day in Keukenhof, I wanted to prepare some lunch for the twins as well as for Mark and me. And I thought, the kids love rice, so let's try to make some kimbap! And because I also really miss Korean food.
So tip 1. Bring your own snacks and food, because you will be spending quite some time in Keukenhof itself. During the time you'll get pretty hungry. Problem is that the food is not that cheap and options are limited.
In the morning, I told Mark to get some extra seaweed in case we needed it. Mark, however,
forgot about it. I did get the other ingredients though.
That's true. So we had egg, cucumber, carrot and sausage. The only problem was that we didn't have any dried seaweed.
I will close it first. Let's see if this works. Press. Ooh. Now Marek is going to make. What is different this time?
I'm going to put some gochujang in.
Oh.
Ooh,
Will be spicy.
More. Yeah, it's not for the kids, it's for me. Egg. Nice.
Oh, so much.
Fortunately, I didn't get bellyache.
Double sausage.
I only put a little bit of rice, just to cover it.
That looks good. Good.
It's fine. At least we know this one is gochujang. It's gonna be messy to eat though. I made it. Well, I made one. This is for tomorrow when we're going to Keukenhof. We're at Keukenhof.
Keukenhof is in Lisse, which is a city in the province of Zuid-Holland, which is about 30 to 40 minutes away from Amsterdam. Keukenhof opens from late March until mid-May and the park is open from 8 AM until 7 PM. Tip 2. Please do not forget to buy the tickets in advance through the Keukenhof website. To avoid crowds, come as early as possible, preferably at 8 AM on the weekdays, because if you come later there's a possibility that you will get stuck in traffic.
I was talking to one of the employees and they say we're pretty lucky. It's fully flowering right now because it has been really hot, but next week it's gonna rain a lot and all the rain will come inside the tulip, like here, and then it will crack. because it's too heavy for the flowers. So he said these few days will be the best, and maybe they have to plant more, but they'll see how it goes. We're under perfect time to go here.
Tip number 4. Go to the windmill area before it gets too crowded, because this place is very beautiful. You can go inside the mill, which was built in 1892, and you can also take the whisper boat from there. In our last video, the twins took their first steps, but this time it was the first time for them to walk outside between all the flowers and decorations. They looked so excited. Nearby the windmill there are some photo spots, like this one. Nobody was making pictures yet because we went straight to this area. It's a perfect place to have a date or come with your family or friends. And of course, if you have kids, you have a lot more time to make the perfect picture. And you will not have the stress of doing it quickly, because 10 other couples or families are waiting for you.
It's really nice to hear the birds. It's so peaceful.
You don't hear them in Indonesia or Korea?
No, certainly not in Jakarta or in Seoul.
First time for them to sit on a motorcycle. Tip number 5. When you plan to go to Keukenhof, it's very nice if you visit here when the sakura trees are still flowering. It's very pretty, right? It's not only sakura trees and tulips. Keukenhof also has orchids in an indoor area and tropical plants and flowers. This indoor place is a good place for them to walk around to avoid the cold outside. The twins still cannot walk that much by themselves, but they were so excited to explore this new place. And it was perfect for them to practice walking as well. The twins only drank milk when we left home, so around 11 AM it was time for them to get some food. We almost never do this, but this time we gave them a fruit pack, which is actually pretty convenient when you go somewhere with the kids. We decided to go inside the restaurant because it was too cold and windy to eat outdoors. We brought our own spoons because we knew that it would be messy eating kimbap without it.
The kimbap doesn't look good anymore, but tastes good.
Tip number 6. Try to avoid the usual eating times. It saves you so much time because of the long queues and of course finding a place to sit, certainly when you are with a family. The twins cried because they were still hungry after the fruit. But fortunately we had our kimbap, and if they didn't like it or want it, we brought some extra bread for them to be happy again. Tip number 7. For the big fans of Mifi or Nijntje, there's a small area in the park where you can find them. They look really cute between the tulips, and the kids will love them. The kids were still asleep when we passed this area, so we decided to come back again when M&O were awake. You also have an indoor area where they display some more exclusive hybrids of tulips and where they are also a bit more protected from the weather. They look really beautiful, but actually Jessica prefers the ones outside. Maybe because seeing a whole field of tulips looks a lot more impressive than a small patch of them. Don't worry about bringing kids. Keukenhof is a very child-friendly place. And the paths are big enough, so it's really stroller and wheelchair friendly. They even have some playgrounds and even a children's farm with a lot of animals. Matthew and Owen woke up, so we went back to the Miffy area. Tip number 8. Wear proper clothes. Weather in Holland can be very unpredictable, certainly in March and April. Sometimes it's nice and warm, but it can also be almost freezing. This day it was pretty windy, and the week after you would be totally soaking wet. So to avoid getting them sick, we gave the kids nice warm clothes. Tip number 9. Just relax and enjoy by sitting on the grass next to the tulips while the kids run around. Some people even picnic on the grass, but be aware that you're not allowed to walk on all the grass in Keukenhof. And just to be sure, we first asked the staff if we were allowed to stand on the grass before we let the kids walk by themselves. And of course we really kept an eye on the twins to avoid that they would destroy all the tulips.
It's like 1 o'clock right now, so we're almost finished. We're going home soon. They had enough. They want to get some food as well, some milk, and then go home. Bye bye.
Tip number 10, which is actually the most important one. Rent a bike or just drive around the area in Lisse. You can find so many fields of tulips and other flowers, and they can be even more amazing than Keukenhof itself. At some farms you can even pick the tulips yourself and make a beautiful bouquet with all kinds of different variants, like what we did a few years ago. Well, this was it for this update. We hope you liked our video with some tips about Keukenhof and of course our twins. If you have some questions, feel free to ask in the comments and maybe even subscribe to our channel. See you in the next one.
Bye bye!